Hi, come on in. Thank you for dropping by. I've got two short stories to tell you about miracles. They're not mine. They happen to a very good friend of mine named Mark Carter. Mark Carter lives down in eastern Kentucky in the heart of Appalachia. He was a coal miner and he was struck by lightning and lived through it. Um, since that time, he's been serving the Lord full time. And he has his own ministry down there, and the name and address of that ministry is on the thumbnail that precedes this video. Um, I hope that you will consider sharing some offerings with him. He feeds a lot of people down there. A couple of years ago, it was 23,000 meals, I think. Um, Now he distributes meals and food and Bibles. He's always busy. So I want to share a couple stories that he told me, and I hope that you enjoy them. In Psalms, it is written, "Delight thyself in the Lord, and he will give thee the desires of thine heart." Well, that kind of goes along with these two stories. One of the stories he told me is that he was sitting on his front porch one day, kind of tallying up how much money he needed to buy a certain amount of hams. And he figured, I need about $3,600, and then I can buy those hams for Thanksgiving. Well, about that time, the mail truck pulled up in front of his house, and the mail person dropped off the mail and drove away. And he went down and picked it up. And there were two letters, and they took them up to the porch. He opened one of them, and it was a gift for $100. He said, "Hallelujah." And he opened the next one, and it was a gift for $3,500. He said, "Hallelujah." That was $3,600. Now, do you think God heard him say that? The Bible tells us that God knows what we need before we need it. So he made sure that Mark had the money to buy all the hams that he needed for Thanksgiving. The next story, Mark was going down the road in his car, and he had a case full of books, case full of Bibles that he was taking to an elderly couple up in the mountains who liked to share their bounty with whoever, and they take Bibles and they add a few things to them, maybe Bible markers, maybe some Bible things to stick in the Bible. Uh, they dress them up and make it look nice and give them to people. So he went by to give them a case of Bibles. I think there's 80 Bibles to a case. And on the way there, he saw a Krispy Kreme truck right in front of him. Oh, he remembered eating Krispy Kreme donuts, and he said, "Oh, I would love to have a couple of tasty cream donuts." Well, anyway, he went his way to deliver some Bibles, and then he turned around and went back another way, and he went to this couple's house, and He was in there talking, and he had brought in the Bibles and was talking with them when there was a knock at the door. And it was the lady's granddaughter. And she had a couple of boxes of donuts. Well, I think it was more than a couple boxes. But anyway, she came, they let her in, they greeted her, everybody was saying hi, and Mark didn't get one donut or two donuts. I think he got two boxes to take home. Well, the word says, if you delight yourself in the Lord, he will give thee the delights of thine heart. Thank you.